Too. Right now, I'm going to introduce you to the band that I was just describing about playing jazz, and the name of the group is No Name. They're so new. They haven't even decided on their name yet, but you're going to be able to listen to hear the sound that they put out because it's really tight. And like I said, finding a band here in the Philippines that can play tight jazz like these guys did, everything from Miles Davis, David Sanborn, Dizzy Gillespie, Bill Withers, James Brown, Mr. James Brown. These guys had it all down pat. So right now, speaking to, what's your name?
Michael.
What instrument you play?
I play keys and guitar and sing saxophone.
Okay, and how long have you been playing instruments? How long?
Yeah, a long time. Since I was 5 years.
Okay. So what gravitated you to music, or who are some of the people who have inspired you to play music?
Oh man, a lot. Earth and Fire, George Benson, Miles Davis. This goes on.
Okay, don't forget to talk a little louder. Wow, he hitting all the right bands, Okay, and what about you? What's your name?
Yeshua.
Huh?
Yeshua.
Yeshua.
Yeah.
Yeshua. And Yeshua, what's your position in the band?
Playing the saxophone, and I also sing sometimes.
Yeah, this is the man we've been waiting for all night, the saxophone player. Okay, and how long have you been playing sax?
Oh man, I don't know, like 10, 11 years about.
Okay, now why sax? Sax is a strong instrument. You know what I'm saying?
I was forced by my dad. And I just got used to it, learned to love it. Now it's my profession.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I've interviewed a lot of musicians, you know, especially classic musicians. And when I asked them what made them learn to play the instrument, they said, my mother made me play. But then it wasn't too long that once they get to high school and they realize how powerful music is, and you know, that they eventually latched on into it.
Absolutely.
Well, good. We're glad to have you.
Yeah.
Tight sax. And this is Jim. Jim, hey man, it's good seeing you again.
Cool.
Small world, huh?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Jim, tell everybody what instrument you are.
I'm a keyboard player and saxophone player.
Okay, and you're more or less the band leader, I guess I can say, right?
Well, I just organized it. I thought these are all the people that, well, except for our drummer, who's a great drummer. But I spent a lot of time in Europe and in Holland, and he's not here right now. But you know, this is the group of musicians in Dumaguete that play this music, and I'm really lucky to have everybody here.
And how long have you been playing?
Kind of the same thing, maybe age 10 or so. Okay. And, you know, I started with classical piano, and you know, eventually jazz became more of a focus and everything. And then I went to music school and everything else. So what we're trying to do here is bring jazz to Dumaguete, and you know, funky jazz. You know, we're not trying to go over everybody's head. We want to make it, you know, make it pop and make everybody, you know, feel the groove. So that's about it, you know. And I also had some experience with James Brown, as you did, you know, and you were a photographer.
I've been Mr. Brown's personal photographer for over 20 years.
So we know some of the same people. That's an amazing connection. Here in Dumaguete, what a small world.
And you know, it's funny, while you're on break, that's all they kept playing was Mr. Brown's music.
I know, it's so incredible. So we're happy to be here. We're going to be here every Wednesday night.
Okay.
This is Kim. He's been you know, kind enough to hire us, and I hope we're going to be here every Wednesday. And we're looking for other venues around town. So please let us know. We're ready to go.
Okay, so Ken, tell us about you.
Yeah. I know these guys. Played with them way back then. He's very fortunate. Get them to play, work
Well, you know, this question goes out to all of you. I know the COVID pandemic has definitely put a cramp in everybody's style. There was no bands, no social distancing, because of social distancing and whatever, and the industry is just starting to pick back up again. Talk about that, because you, as you said, this is your second gig actually since March.
That's my second gig. I mean, we're all trying to get a little bit going again. I think the vaccine is probably going to, you know, help out a lot. All the industries in town are going to have a chance to grow again. So, you know, everybody knows what that's about. We're gonna all do better when we can get back into the groove.
Okay, this is my final question before we hear what you guys sound like. What advice would you give someone about following their dreams and their goals? Because you're following yours, what advice would you give?
Yeah, well, definitely keep on playing and also listening to the music, the old style, ones who went before us, right? And there is good music from the 60s and 70s that's not on the radio. So
You hear that?
You know, and it's pop music, it's just good music. There are jazz cats playing. At home, you try to do everything and try everything, and on the stage, you try to serve, bring just good music.
I want to point out that one of the top-selling records of all time was Michael Jackson's Thriller, and it would have been impossible without the help of Quincy Jones. So, you know, jazz is always contributing to pop music and all styles of music. So, you know, we're not all about jazz, but jazz is something you can't really live without it. So,
Jazz, blues,
let's celebrate.
Church music. What advice would you give someone about following their dreams and their goals?
Oh man, well, a person doesn't really have that much goals in life. I just make sure that I do what I love.
Okay, hey,
Just
that
live
is
day
a
by
goal.
day. That's it.
That's it.
That's it for me.
If you can do what you love and love what you do, it's not work, baby.
That's it.
It's
Absolutely.
being successful. Jim, how about you? What advice would you give someone?
Well, of course, like Wowie said, you know, you got to keep on and listen to, keep going back. The YouTube is something, it's a blessing. You know, I think things like Facebook it's a double-edged sword, but YouTube is like a time machine. You can go back and listen to things. You do have a chance to listen to all this music. We didn't even have access to all this music, but YouTube and other formats give you a chance to listen to so much different music. If you think of a song, think of different ways that you can perform that song. There's many different versions of those songs. So you have all the resources you need. There's no excuse. Now you gotta get it.
And what about you? What about you?
Whether singer, anything, it's a risk. Whether you must take the risk to be like misunderstood by other people. So
Yeah.
that's a hard.
Now that's why I say sometimes you're the only one who can see your vision. Okay, okay. This is Gerard. We're gonna be right back. We're gonna hear what these guys sound like. So while Mia hits the pause button. Hey, good evening, everybody. Let's put our hands together for the band, man. They've been really nice playing their own form of jazz. They've been very good. My name is Gerard. I'm editor-in-chief of a magazine called Publicity Soul Magazine. It's a new magazine here in Dumaguete, or in the Philippines. It's about people following their dreams and their goals. And I cover a lot of musicians, everyday people, you know, who are pursuing just that, their dreams and their goals. Because everybody should be pursuing something. Okay, before they get started, I want to tell you the name of the band. The name of the band. Young lady, what's your name? Huh? Okay, sorry. Because this band does not have a name yet, I'm officially christening. And welcome to Sai! Everybody put their hands together here. You can reach me at Filipino Soul Magazine on YouTube. And remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the elderly. And always pull someone out. And sometimes you're the only one to see your vision. And the best revenge in life is to live good. I'm living good today. I hope you are too. And we are so glad that this cohort is finally coming to an end. That they found a vaccine. And proof of that is that now we are here today listening to music once again. Okay, I'll turn it over to Sai. Thank you, Gerard.